The Health Initiative back here, day 3. My contacts are a little bit better since not sleeping in them. It doesn't really seem like a problem like it was yesterday. My left one is a little bit bad, but the main thing was just not sleeping in them. They're good. They're decent to good. They're just not as good as some others that I've had in the past. Anyhow, back to fasting. So one of the things that I was thinking about the other day was it's really important to track your progress. And for some people that might be writing it down. For some people that might be having somebody that you talk to, or maybe an accountability partner, help keep you on your path or what you're doing. For me, of course, that's doing these videos right now. And when I get up in the morning and I think about the fact that I've got to do a video to stay consistent, it really helps to keep me motivated. And it's kind of funny, I think yesterday I was talking about not feeling very motivated, but today's a new day. When I didn't sleep with my contacts, I felt a lot better. Got a pretty good amount of sleep. It was around 8 hours, I think. 8 to 9 hours, 8.5 to 9 hours probably is what it ended up being. It's about probably what it'll end up being, or slightly less as things start to continue, as things progress here. And would have liked to have a little bit more because I did feel a little bit sluggish for whatever reason. However, I feel like I have a lot of energy today. I tried shooting a little bit of a video showing a little bit of what my tongue looked like. I don't know how easy it is to see that. There's a little bit of a film, a little bit of a covering, the coating starting to begin. It's a little bit white on there. So that'll probably progress and continue to develop over time. When I did the other fast, I think it was a week, maybe a week, up to a week or around there, when I really started noticing it. And I wasn't really paying attention to that kind of stuff because that was kind of a new thing to me at the time. And then I was doing a lot of research, watching a lot of other people's fasting videos, doing a lot of research, reading a lot of books, things like that, because I wasn't doing much else at the time. So I had a lot of free time to spend reading, researching, all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I learned about was that, and then I went and looked, and I'd already been probably a week in, and then it was, sure enough, there was a severe coating. And that's just one of the things that happens when you're doing an extended fast, and that's indicative of your body's healing. The reason why, I'm not sure of. Maybe that's something that could be looked into more. Maybe it's known and I just didn't learn it or spaced it. But heading out here for the day. It's a nice day. Warm for April 3rd already, and got a couple errands to run. My energy levels, like I said, feel really high, really very high, especially after last night. I looked at that video when I was tired, and I was really tired. And then today, after sleeping, of course, I just feel 100%. I feel basically right at 100%. I'll feel a lot more clear-headed and lucid than I did yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't in a bad mood, but I kind of said to a couple people, like, if it seems like I'm scowling, I'm not. It's just because these contacts. I told everybody that, but nobody asked about are you fasting. It's something I've talked to a couple of people that are around. It's something that a couple other people are, eventually when people are used to seeing you have something here and there, and they don't see you have anything. Eventually, people say, hey, why don't you want to eat anything? It seems like you don't want to have anything to eat. So I'm still trying to do the week goal that I set out to do there before anybody is aware that I'm fasting. And that's just a really fun thing to keep things fresh. We'll see how long that goes, and then if I'm able to, if somebody is like, hey, and they find out that I'm fasting, I'm gonna be like, hey, okay, so don't tell anybody else. I want to see how long it takes. And people might talk, or they might keep it as a fun joke, a fun inside joke, and then to see how long it takes so-and-so, how long it takes so-and-so to find out, hey, so-and-so's the last, there's 2 and 2 last people. Of the 2 last people, who's gonna be the last one to find out, or whatever, something like that. That might be fun. So we'll see if that continues to go like that. I really feel a lot, I know I said the other day leaner, but that is how I feel. I feel a lot leaner if I stretch backwards. Not having anything, there's so much going on over here on the road. There's construction and police, I don't even know what's going on. You can see here, like it's all broken down like this, and I should have showed the stuff back there. But anyhow, I don't know how easy you're able to see that. Probably just focus on driving and talking to the camera. This is something that's different to me as part of my routine. I used to have a different routine when I was driving throughout the day, when I was headed to work and doing various stuff that didn't involve talking, listening to podcasts or sometimes music that definitely didn't involve talking. So it's a bit of a change up, and that kind of keeps it really still feels very new, because that's not something I've done in the past, where I'm doing a vlog while driving. I don't know, I don't think it takes my attention away from the road. I'm a very safe driver. But who knows, if I get in an accident, that would show otherwise. Let's see, what else for today? Planning on drinking a lot of water. I bring in one of these and one of these. Obviously, they're both from the same store. I don't know if you happen to see what that brand is. If it does, if it does show on the camera, then you're probably gonna have an idea of if you've been to that store. And, oh, I like that store. It's weird. I don't know why I mentioned that, but in my family, there's kind of a split. A lot of people like their competitor grocery store, and I like this one. One, it's close to me, and two, the people at the one close to me are really nice. I can't really speak to other ones because that's pretty much the only one I go to, but the store that used to be the store close to us, where my family lived for a long time when I was younger, was their opposing competitor, and so they all kind of really like that other store. I like this one, and so if I go shopping there, sometimes it's a small thing, but if I say this essentially to a couple people in my family, they'll kind of give me a little bit of, "You still shopping there? You still shopping at that grocery store?" It's just a strange thing. Also, a brief side note: I was at the gas station earlier, and I was checking out, and but the lady's the receipt's printing. I've just finished paying, and the receipt's printing up, and she looks over at me, and I just looked back at her with a neutral expression, just gazing back at her, and I wasn't really sure what she was. It was almost like she was staring, but it was just on the hint, like on the cusp of staring, or just a little bit shy of staring. And it was maybe about 3 seconds. If it had been any longer, I was about to say, "What?" But I didn't. And then she just kept looking at me, and I kept looking at her, and she finally looked away to get the receipt. Holy cow, this car's turning right in front of me. Thanks for that. And anyhow. If you're doing a driving vlog, might as well show some of it, I guess. A vlog while driving, not a driving vlog. Anyhow, and so she says, "Thanks." I go, "Thanks." She goes, "Have a nice day." I'm leaving, and as I'm getting to the door, she says, what did she say? I think she said, "You have really pretty eyes." And so I turned back and I said, "Thank you," and kind of like laughed a bit like that as I was leaving. And then she was already kind of like on to the next customer, so I didn't really have anything else to say, and I was leaving anyway. But it was really nice because I was wondering, what is she like sort of quasi staring at me, looking at me like that for? It wasn't intent, but it was a continual look, and I couldn't help wonder, what is she looking at me like that for? So it was nice to find out that it was something positive, and it kind of just started my day off on a good foot. This was only about an hour ago. So yeah, that's the way my day started. It's just, I guess it's a little bit rare, because being a guy, you don't tend to get a lot of compliments from women. It's just not something women tend to do very often, in my experience. And maybe there are guys out there that are like, "I get compliments all the time." Well, good for you if you do, but it's definitely something that's I think is rare for, I think, most guys, especially I think when it's just a casual thing. Now maybe when you're in a relationship, or it's somebody that you're close to as a friend, or maybe somebody in your family, maybe they say, "Oh, that sure looks really nice," or "Your haircut looks good," or something like that. But I think overall it's something that's kind of rare. So it was nice to have that. It really started my day off on the right foot, on a good tone. That's pretty much it here for today. I got to get to these errands, got to do some other things before getting really started actually working. But day 3, and I couldn't feel better. I don't feel hungry. So I'll talk more about